Hello, welcome. My name is Prince. If you're an international student hoping to study in Canada and the United States, this video will walk you through when you should apply, what documents you should prepare, and how the application and visa steps work together so you can apply confidently and on time. I'll give you practical step-by-step process and documents that will help your application and speed up your application process and hopefully get you a substantial scholarship. Go ahead, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. Let's make your application process successful and not stressful. So the list of documents that you need to study in both US and Canada are very similar. And these are the list of documents. Number one, you need a transcript. A transcript from your university stating all your grades that you've acquired right from the beginning of your schooling to the end. If you are applying for an undergraduate degree, we need your high school transcript, which shows all the records of the courses you've taken. You can also have your SAT exams, your TOEFL exams. All the scores that you have from those exams need to be uploaded to the application system as well. If you're a graduate student hoping to study in Canada and the US, we need your undergraduate studies. If your undergraduate is 3 years, we need the whole 3 years transcript. If your undergraduate is 4 years, we need the entire 4 years transcript. We also need a letter from your university stating that all your courses were taught in English or in French. Document number two, you need 2 to 3 reference letters from your professors or any other mentor or any other person who you deem fit. Most of these reference letters should come, if you need 3, at least 2 should come from your professors that states your academic achievement and how good you are in academics and how you are focused and you pay attention to details and how you are very passionate about the work and want to solve problems and all the good qualities that you have as a student. The third item on the list is the application form. You have to go to the school website, fill up the application form. Whilst you are filling the application form, the school normally require you to put your professor's institutional email address into their website, where they will send them an email to ask them to send them your reference letter. So ask for your professor's institutional email address, put it into the school application system, and they will send it to your professors. Please reach out to your professors to remind them to be able to send your reference letter to the school. Most professors are busy, so you have to inform them way in advance. Also, some schools have a professional way of handling this, so it's very efficient. So reach out to your school, reach out to your professors, and they should be able to send out your application reference letters as quickly as possible. Also, sometimes most schools have you reach out to your school so that your school will send them your transcript. They will really want to have an official version of your transcript. So make sure you get to your school, and some schools also require you to pay before they send out your transcript to your new university. So try to reach out to your old school or your previous school so they will be able to get all these documents ready to be sent out for you. The next item on the list is proof of your language proficiency. Being it French language or English language, most universities require you to have an IELTS score of 6.0 and above, and some universities require you to have a French IELTS score as well. Also, some universities require you to just have a letter from your university stating that all your courses were taught in English or French, and that is enough to pass the language proficiency part of the application. So reach out to your school, get a letter that states that all your courses were taught in English or all your courses were taught in French, and that will help your application substantially. The next item on the list is your statement of purpose. Most universities require you to write a statement of purpose that describes your academic background, your work background, your experiences, and all the volunteer works that you've done leading up to this application. And try as much as possible to be specific and detailed as to how your academic background, your experiences suit this course of study that you are trying to apply to. And I've linked a personal statement of purpose in the link below and other statements of purpose in the link below. Feel free to read them, and that will give you a motivation to write your own statement of purpose, which will help your application. The next item is a valid passport. Most universities require you to have a valid passport. The next item is your CV. Most universities require you to present your resume or your CV, which shows all your experiences, your academic background, your job experiences, and all your other information that tells them how best you suit the program of study that you are applying to. The next item is your bank statement or proof of funds. Most universities require you to have a good bank statement proving that you'll be able to support yourself and pay your tuition and support your life in Canada or the United States. So make sure you have at least 3 to 6 months bank statement that shows that you have proof of funds to be able to study in Canada and the United States. At least $20,000 and upwards, both Canadian or US dollars, is enough to prove that you have enough funds to start your study in Canada or the US, and other funds can come in later on. But for your application, you need to present some proof of funds to the visa officer that you have enough money to study in Canada or the United States. Or you also need some sponsorship letter. A family member or a company can write a sponsorship letter stating that they are responsible to sponsor your study in Canada or the United States, and that is also accepted. Or you also need a scholarship letter from the university that you have applied to. Sometimes if you obtain a scholarship, that scholarship is enough to cover your tuition and your study in Canada. Also, sometimes a loan letter, a loan from the bank stating that they've given you a student loan to study in Canada or the United States, can be used as your bank statement. So a letter from the bank stating that we are going to provide this person with this amount of money as a loan for the person to study in Canada or the United States. That letter can also be used as your bank statement or your proof of funds. That letter, however, should state the specific amount and should be on the bank's letterhead. That way it's easy to verify that the bank indeed gave you a loan. The next item on the list is the letter of acceptance. So you need a letter of acceptance from the university to prove that yes, I've been accepted and admitted into this university and I'm applying for the visa to go and study in that university. So now we've covered all the requirements and documents that you need to submit your application. However, I'd like to comment on when should you apply to study in Canada. The best time to apply to study in both Canada and the United States is December 10th to 15th. You should hit that submit button to your application latest by December 15th. Why? Because most universities in Canada and the United States treat applications on first come, first served basis. Substantial scholarships are awarded to early applicants. So please make sure you submit your application before December 15th. That way you are rest assured that you would be able to obtain a substantial amount of scholarship, and this will help reduce your proof of funds. In the next video, I'll be talking about the step-by-step approach to submit an application to an institution in Canada and an institution in the United States. And I'll also have another video where I'm talking about the step-by-step how to fill the application forms for the visa after you've got the acceptance letter. Thank you for watching this video to the end, and feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and support this channel. As I said, I have linked most of these materials down below, free materials of statement of purpose, reference letters, and other goodies down there. So please make sure you check them out. That will give you an inspiration to be able to write your own statement of purpose, how your professor should draft the reference letter, and all other documents that you will need to help your application process. Hope to see you again in the next one. Goodbye. Thank you.